Well, a piecewise function is basically a function, so we're going to start by evaluating functions. So we're going to evaluate each of these for f of x equals 2x minus 5. So basically, we're doing this at the beginning just so we can remind ourselves how to plug things into a function. So 10 is going to go in the place of x, so we're going to have 2 times 10 minus 5, so that's 20 minus 5, so 15. Really, don't make it any harder than it is. So this is going to be negative 2 goes in for x, so 2 times negative 2 minus 5, and we're going through this now. So when we get to the other ones that look a little bit different, we'll know what we're doing. So 2 times negative 2, well, that's negative 4 minus 5, so that's going to give me negative 9. All my work is kind of going sideways, and then it went down. Sorry, there's no flow to it. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to plug negative 1/2 in the place of x, so we're really going to have 2 times negative 1/2 minus 5. Well, don't think too hard. 2 times a half. Well, half of 2 is 1 minus 5, but I accidentally lied to you. Actually, it wasn't an accident. It was on purpose. Positive times a negative is a negative. Okay, so negative 1 minus 5 is going to give me negative 6, and that's it. And that's not so hard, but what's about to happen is going to be not harder, but different. So, excuse me. What we're going to do is basically similar problems, but we have a different function. So we're going to evaluate each of these for f of x equals, oh, wait a second. This is branched off into 2 separate pieces. So we have 2 pieces of our function, and these 2 pieces are going to be used depending on what our x value is. So f of 10. Okay, well, 10, let's look over here, and 10 is, well, I'll use this if x is less than 0. Okay, I'll use this if x is greater than or equal to 0. Well, 10 is greater than or equal to 0. So I'm going to use this little guy right here. I'm going to use that piece of the function. So I'm going to use x squared minus 2. So I'll go 10 squared minus 2, and 10 squared minus 2, that'd be 100 minus 2, so 98. So the only difficult part about this is knowing which piece of the piecewise function to use. So f of negative 2. Okay, well, I know the x is negative 2, so we're going to take that negative 2 and look up here and see which expression fits it best. Is negative 2 less than 0? Yes, it is. So because negative 2 is less than 0, we'll use this one, because we'll use this one for everything where x is less than 0. So we're going to go 1/2 times negative 2 plus 4. So 1/2 times negative 2, that's negative 1 plus 4, and that's going to give me, oops, positive 3. Okay, so basically, again, all we have to do is figure out which one of these it works for, and we plug it in. So 0. 0 is not less than 0. 0 is not greater than 0, but it is equal to 0. So we'll use this one. So we're going to have 0 squared minus 2. 0 squared is 0, so it gives me negative 2. Very quickly, I'm going to go through the next 6. So we have a negative 1. Negative 1 is less than 0. Okay, so we plug it in here. So we have 1/2 times negative 1 plus 4. At this point, I recommend that you mute the video and try these on your own and just kind of glance up if you're feeling lost. So 1/2 times negative 1, well, that's negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 plus 4. We'll do this in our head. If I had $4 and I lost half a dollar, I'd have $3.50. So 3.5 will work. We plug in a 1. I'm going to go fast. When I plug in a 1, I don't know where to plug it in unless I look here. Well, 1 is not less than 0. 1 is greater than 0. So it's going to be this expression. So 1 squared minus 2. So 1 minus 2 is going to give me negative 1. Negative 10, less than 0. So I have 1/2 times negative 10 plus 4. So negative 5 plus 4, and that's going to give me negative 1. And again, the only hard part, well, it's not a hard part, just figuring out which piece of the function to use. 5 is not less than 0, 5 is greater than 0, so we go here to x squared minus 2, so 5 squared minus 2, that would be 25 minus 2. You can do some of this in your head, just be careful. Negative 4 is less than 0, so we have 1/2 times negative 4 plus 4. 1/2 times negative 4 is negative 2 plus 4 is going to give me 2, and then I'm going to use the 6, so 6 squared minus 2. So now we have a basic understanding of piecewise functions.